Angels, guides, team of the highest light and resonance, please be with us now. Please give us clear, guided messages for the highest good of all. The intention and purpose of this reading is to give us clarity so that we can maintain our vibration. Please give us the information we need, the guidance we need to live according to our highest good and in alignment with our soul and our individual unique purposes, but still being aware of the greater collective, so that we do not succumb to the illusions and we see clearly what is our individual truth and the collective truth. So we had the moon card at the bottom of the deck, which just wanted to be seen. So the moon card is about illusions. The sun card in reverse. The sun card is the happiest card in the deck. And it coming out but being in reverse is saying to me that even though it doesn't seem like it now, there are brighter days, and it's almost as if it's there, but we can't yet perceive it when we are clearing out low vibrational energies from the past or things that no longer serve us. But the sunshine is already there. It's like today it's cloudy, and I can see the sun peeking through the clouds. So the sun is still there even when it's cloudy, is what's coming to me. I'm going to put that back because I haven't asked any questions yet. And today's reading I want to center around South Africa, what is happening that we should be aware of with the social and political climate, the media, the government, and that's going to help us with our everyday lives, with our jobs, careers, our well-being. Okay, so let's just first ask, what is it we need to know right now about what's going on in our country, specifically in South Africa? What is it we need to know right now for whoever will come across this video that may need to hear it? The Tower. Of course it's the Tower. So there's definitely old structures that are falling apart, and the Tower is major. It's a major arcana, so it's a major thing, and it's divinely guided. Even though there are people and energies and institutions that try to control certain things, stage certain things, everything always works out for the highest good. So what might be implemented or directed by people, ultimately the universe uses it to let what is intended unfold anyway. So we can have different paths to get to the same outcome. We can have one of chaos and destruction and pain and struggle, or we can have a smoother path that is a path of light and a path of clarity and ease and flow. But often there's resistance to that. And when there's enough resistance for too long, the divine steps in. We create the imbalance ourselves, unconsciously as the individual, or consciously certain beings, well, certain people, certain structures, certain institutions will want to manipulate things and do things for their own agendas. And we are really needing to be aware of what's going on outside of our own personal lives, what goes on in the collective, energetically, but also on a physical level and a 3D level. And I think we can all sense that even if where you are in your life and in the country things seem calm and stable, if you tune in, you can feel the energies, you can feel the change, you can feel there's an anticipation, there's something that needs to unfold. So either you are experiencing this tower, or have already experienced this tower, or will experience this tower. It's different for all of us at different times. And looking at this card now, the tower can come across as different things. So for instance, unusual weather patterns, social unrest, riots, strikes, that type of thing. I also hear technology failing or not working, whether that was intentionally done or a consequence of something else. That can be illness, sickness, car accidents, anything traumatic that we might be experiencing. Again, it can be orchestrated by the 3D structures, but ultimately the divine uses it to create change and awareness, because we often miss the subtle things that happen around us, the subtle signs, the subtle injustices and inequalities, or we see it but we accept it, or we do nothing about it because it hasn't shaken us up yet. And this is what the tower is for. Can you give us a little bit more specifics about any tower moment, experience, situation in the present that we should be aware of? This came sideways. The Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is a card of moving away from troubled water. So moving from a time of difficulty to a time of calm and ease and peace. Okay, so I asked specifically about a tower moment that we need to be aware of, and in the Six of Swords there is an adult and a child, what is usually accepted as a mother and a child in the boat, and they are being guided away. So I feel like there's something regarding children and family, and specifically single parents with children. Can you give us more? That's too many. Page of Swords wanted to be seen. Page of Swords gives me the sense of someone watching or talking. Two of Cups. There's probably challenges in relationships which forces maybe women to be have to be single parents and do things alone, but men as well. And I feel like the men that are in this situation are usually more in touch with their feminine energy, their divine feminine energy. We have the Justice card, the Three of Cups, and the Nine of Wands. Okay, so this is not where I thought this would be going, but there's an emphasis on relationships. Relationships might... Okay, thank you, angels. For the last few years, I think relationships have been going under a big transformation, and unstable, unhealthy relationships that do not foster growth and happiness, that is not a good environment for children, that is being shaken up. So there's probably many breakups and divorces, and even relationships with family and friends that need to be either healed or cut off. And what is coming through is that we all know our children is our future, and they cannot grow up in tumultuous, difficult families and communities, or should not. And there's a shift, a movement towards healthier relationships so that our future can look different. And there's a call to community and teamwork when it comes to raising our children and taking care of our children. But there might be some resistance to this because we might have had struggles and challenges in the past and things that we've been healing from that makes us feel defensive about letting others in. Let's get some more on the Nine of Wands. What do we need to do there? How do we feel more free? How do we get to working with others, collaborating with others? Six of Pentacles, balance, reciprocity, equal give and take. That has been a big theme for relationships. I'm also getting that finances are obviously a big struggle in families and communities. That the structure that we've had is that there are people at the top, the government, employees, corporations, that give us just enough and usually not enough. Okay, so yeah, we are given what we have thought is what we work for, what we deserve. So you feel, I think we were under the perception that what you were given was fair for the work you put in, the effort you put in, the time you put in. But I think it's becoming very apparent to all of us that this is a system of slavery where it is not balanced and it is not equal. And we should not have to live our lives as beggars, as if we are less than or undeserving in jobs or situations where you give so much of yourself and you work so hard, but you still have to grovel. You still have to give in to bad treatment and allow your basic human rights to be birds are distracting me, violated. Just that dignity should be a basic human right, not just having equal remuneration, but being treated as an equal. Someone with emotions, someone who has ideas and dreams and hopes, and wants to live peacefully and happily and grow and expand. And if you are given just a little bit, that limits your potential, or not your potential. Your potential is unlimited or infinite, but it we have been under the perception that we can only do certain things, and certain things are not for us, and you can only grow so much, and you can only attain certain things in life and through certain specific channels and avenues, and that is not true. We can create our own wealth. This system does no longer have to be this way, a hierarchical system. Who gives the ones at the top and the ones at the bottom? Who determines who has to be where, and how fair is that? And we need to realize that we can, we have choice, and we have power. We have the 10 of swords at the bottom of the deck. So this is probably a very difficult, painful experience for everyone. And I think when you start becoming aware of what goes around in our world, just beyond what we can see or what we are told or made to believe, it feels like a betrayal. It feels like a very, very big betrayal. Like, this can't possibly be happening, firstly. And when you realize that it is happening, and there's many things that are happening, I wanted to do to get more specifics, but I guess this is where Spirit is leading this reading. There's this pain that you have to deal with when you realize what you've been experiencing, and almost how we've numbed ourselves to the pain of having to worry and fear, have anxiety, having to struggle, having to work so physically hard for so very little. And I think that is probably a major theme for South Africa right now. I think there's a lot more. Well, I know there's a lot more, but this is what wants to come out at the moment. I'm going to ask for guidance. I don't like to make readings too long. So what is the guidance? What should we be doing? The Queen of Wands. I'm hearing take our power back, regain our confidence, and the sunflower is standing out to me. The sunflowers always look up and face the sun. And in the beginning we had the sun card coming out. We have to look for positive things to keep us going when things are really difficult and really painful. Find the things that give us hope, and trust our intuition. She's also very fiery, so we can no longer be timid and shy and afraid of speaking up for ourselves, facing the shadows of our society, our government, and ourselves, and realize that we can change things, and we have all the tools that we need to manifest something new, something different, the change that we want, and to create justice. I could elaborate more, but I feel like that is a good end to the reading. I really enjoyed doing this reading. I actually want to go in deeper, but all things in good time, so I'm going to leave it there. Please share with me your thoughts, and yeah, that'll help guide me with the other readings, if this was helpful or interesting, please let me know. I really appreciate the feedback and the support, so that I can keep this going. And I think it's really important that we start investing in making ourselves more aware and empowering ourselves with knowledge, so that we can create this change and be the change that we are wanting to create, without just focusing on the negative stuff, not just complaining and moaning and adding to the low vibrational energy and adding to the conflict, but finding positive solutions while not disregarding the shadows and the darkness and the challenges. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you in another video.